You know, way back in the day, you had to go to a building that was the computer. And then eventually you had computers in your house. And then eventually you could take a computer around with you to your office or house or on the train. And now we have smartphones that you can carry around with you basically anywhere. And I think eventually that will switch from having to go to something to use technology to it just being there. And it just being ubiquitous and it being almost in the background, as opposed to it having to come to the foreground. And so when you want to use it, it's there, and when you don't, it's basically not.
Computers are getting smarter and smarter all the time. We're getting to the point where instead of us commanding computers, that they're anticipating what our needs are and what our patterns are, and understanding who we are as people through artificial intelligence. Computers will begin to naturally enhance our awareness of the world around us. And so wearable computing will be natural because we want that awareness all the time. So I think the combination of wearable computing and artificial intelligence is the way of the future.
So it seems like the nirvana, 5-10 years down the road, is for this to be seamlessly incorporated into our lives, literally and figuratively. What are the technological hurdles to get us there? Because it seems like we're not quite there. We've got these somewhat rudimentary devices. It feels like perhaps the equivalent of a flip phone back in the day. We're not even close to a smartphone. What do we need to overcome from a technological perspective to get us there?
Well, if you compare wearables to the evolution of the mobile phone, I think we're in the brick phone phase.
Yeah.
So we're very early on in the brick phone phase. In the future, what I'd like to see is for us to get away from becoming cyborgs, where we're bolting a bunch of technology onto us, and rather creating devices that improve our lives and really integrate into our lives so we can move beyond the brick phone phase.
To get to the point where it's truly seamless and enhances our life rather than distracting our life is very difficult. And I think Google has done a great job as a first step, but there's a long way to go even with that. You know, our eyes are the window on the world that our brain has, and most of the information comes in through our visual system, which is a great way to bring in information, but it also means it's very, very difficult to fake the eyes out, to make it look like it's real information or real world. And so I think there's some huge technological hurdles to overcome. The approach that Innovega has taken is we're going to miniaturize using nanotechnology. We're going to miniaturize the optics onto contact lens. What the technology isn't important, it's the function it achieves, is it allows your eyes to have a performance that we didn't evolve to have. And that's how we're solving the problem of how do you fake the eye out, that there really is an avatar in the room.
The impression that I have, and that I'm left with after talking with all of you, is that the line between technology and humanity is increasingly becoming very blurry. And it's hopefully for the better, and potentially for the worse in some ways. And I think we just need to be conscious of it and make sure that it's being implemented in the right ways.